back to another edition of Tasting Notes. We're here for a special edition with the history of rum. So typically, rum is associated with the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, however you want to pronounce it. Now, I would like to specify that most rums are made with either molasses or sugarcane. That's just like kind of a typical thing. Also, with the history of rum, the earliest recorded use of the word rum is a notation of Peter the First of Cyprus. Peter the First, King of Cyprus, bringing rum, or a rum-flavored, rum type of drink, to the Congress of Krakow in 1364. Also, Marco Polo had a drink that was similar to rum in terms of a wine that was described as being flavored with sugar. That was the 14th century, somewhere around modern-day Iran. But what we currently think of as rum was really started in the 17th century, the 1600s, in the Caribbean, where the slaves from plantations on sugar plantations figured out that they can make alcohol by distilling their molasses or their sugarcane juice with yeast, and that's kind of where modern day rum comes from. Specifically Barbados, that's really perfected it in terms of like filtering it and removing impurities and kind of distilling it a little bit longer. Popularity because of that spread to colonial America after that time, and it became very popular. And that's kind of part of the slave trade. That obviously they don't mention that in schools because they don't want to talk about alcohol. But really, this kind of idea of the slaves making rum sparked what's called a triangle trade, which is Africa would send slaves to the Caribbean. Caribbean would send slaves to first Europe and then New England in exchange for rum, because Europe or New England would kind of distill the rum, and then they would send the rum to Africa, and Africa would send the slaves to the Caribbean, and it would just kind of continue in that loop. In 1655, rum became so popular that the Royal Navy, when they captured Jamaica in 1655, they switched from the daily liquor ration being French brandy into it being Jamaican rum. Also, there's a bit of a legend around Horatio Nelson. When he won the Battle of Trafalgar, he also perished during that battle, and he was put in a rum cask, and then his body was shipped from Trafalgar back to England. And upon arrival, they opened up this cask, and they realized that there was no rum in it. And what had happened was the sailors had put a hole at the bottom and were drinking out of the cask. And that's where the term Nelson's blood comes from. Now I'd like to talk about the different grades of rum. Dark grade is dark colorized. It's aged longer. It's typically charred. It's a little bit stronger of a flavor. Very strong caramel or molasses type of flavor. It's mostly used for cooking. Then there's flavored rums, which is infused with fruits such as banana, mango, orange, pineapple, coconut, starfruit, or lime. Those are typically used for mixed drinks that are like kind of fruitier. So if you have a banana flavored fruit drink, you're going to use banana flavored rum. There's also gold or amber, which is like a medium bodied. It's aged in bourbon barrels. Stronger than light rums. That's really in between, like the dark and the light rums is the gold or amber rum. There's light rums, which are a little flavor because they filter out the color after aging, and those are mostly from Puerto Rico. It's very popular in mixed drinks because they don't really have a ton of flavor. Here, we drink them straight. There's overproof, which is high APV. So like most rums are at like a 40%, whereas overproof is at like 70 to 80%. So 40 proof would be, 40% would be 80 proof, 70 to 80 would be 140 to 160 proof, which is crazy high. There's also premium rums, which are craft distilleries. There's more of a flavor. You can drink those straight. And then there's spiced rums, which they obtain their main flavors from spices such as cinnamon, rosemary, absinthe, cloves, and cardamom. Those are very, like Bumbu was like a very good, you can see our video on that one. That's a great spiced rum. Really, I'm not a huge rum drinker, but we made our 2 videos about rum. It's International Rum Day. I'd give it a shot. You never know what you're going to like. Till next time, enjoy all of our videos. Enjoy Season 2, and cheers!